Chapter 4. Friendships End. Zeph laughed. That's impossible. Xenia ignored her friend and moved to another tree. She was certain that she heard sobbing from this one.
She was certain that she heard sobbing from this
too.
one too.
The sounds were like continuous echoes deep inside the trunks. Maybe Dad is right about the forest. Maybe it's haunted, Xenia thought. This one sounds like a man bawling, she said, leaning against a third tree. Come here, listen. Zeph rolled her eyes, but she pressed her ear to the bark. That's not crying, she said, chuckling as she backed away. It's just the wind. You don't know forests like I do.
Don't know forest like I do.
They're full of weird noises. Xenia frowned. It's not that. Something strange is going on here.
Strange is going on here.
Zeph let out a sigh.
Let out a sigh as
Xenia focused on another trunk. The cries sounded younger. They were almost like a kid. Chills ran down Xenia's back. Wait! Zeph's voice rang out. Zeph? Xenia shouted and spun around. Her friend was nowhere to be seen. The thought of Zeph in danger pushed Xenia to run farther in. She shined her flashlight in a wide sweep. The beam hit upon a pale face. Boo! Zeph jumped right at her. Ah! Xenia cried and fell over backward. Zeph placed her flashlight under her.
Zeph placed her flashlight under her
chin. It cast jagged shadows on her face. Gotcha. Not funny, Zeph, Xenia grumbled. Well, you deserve it, Zeph said with a smile. You're expecting something scary. You're an easy target. Zeph reached out a hand, but Xenia
reached out a hand, but Xenia
refused to take it. She got to her feet on her own, patting off the twigs that stuck to her pants. Not yet, Zeph whispered suddenly, looking behind Xenia. What? Xenia whipped around. Something rustled in the leaves. What was that? What was what? Zeph asked, her eyes wide. Xenia crossed her arms. Please stop with the jokes. I don't like them. Whatever, said, glancing back at the spot. But we came out here to have fun. You're
out here to have fun.
Spoiling it with your
You're spoiling it with your
active imagination. I mean, crying trees? You don't honestly believe there's a monster.
Believe there's a monster.
A forest, do you? I don't know. But I did hear crying. Maybe there is something to my dad's story.
Maybe there is something to my dad's story.
Xenia said. Zeph huffed. Look, Xenia. Adults lie to kids all the time so they can control them. Your dad made the tale to scare you away from the forest. But no one can control me. Her voice cracked at the very end. There is nothing coming from the trees. Trust me. Xenia stared at Zeph in the glow of the flashlight. She wasn't so sure she could trust her friend. Zeph was acting differently here. Meaner. Come on, Zeph said, turning to go deeper into the forest. Or can you only handle adventure in a book?
Can you only handle adventure in a book?
I'm done,
And
Xenia said.
Xenia said.
She could feel tears burning her eyes.
Burning her eyes.
I've had enough for one
Had enough for one
night.
night.
Well, I'm going to have a real
Well, I'm going to have a
life adventure,
adventure,
Zeph said flatly.
Zeph said flatly.
You go running home to Mom and Dad. Zeph stomped off into the darkness. Zeph,
Zeph,
Xenia called.
Xenia called.
Xenia froze.
Xenia froze.
She hadn't yelled her
She hadn't yelled her
friend's full name, yet it echoed all
Yet it echoed all
around her. The name bounced from tree to tree until it disappeared into thin air, just like her friend. Not wanting to know anymore, Xenia raced back toward home. She emerged from the forest, stumbled up to her room and fell into bed. Her tears soaked through the pillows. She didn't know if they were from sadness or fear, or both. Chapter 5.